Rain peppered the glass like a secret tapping to be let in. Each droplet echoed inside the hollow cavern that had become my chest. I stood there in our bedroom, staring at a journal I hadn't known existed until today. It was leather-bound, slim, smelling faintly of jasmine, her scent. My wife, Callie. I wasn't supposed to find it. I wasn't supposed to read it. But I had. I'm Adrian, 35 years old, architect, lover of structure, symmetry, and clean lines. Irony laughed at me now as the structure of my life crumbled in silent chaos. I built homes for strangers but couldn't see the cracks forming in my own. It started with boredom. Or maybe it was suspicion, subtle and slithering beneath the surface. I told myself I was looking for my old passport. Instead, I found her secret. Hidden between tax folders in our shared office drawer was her journal. I don't know what compelled me. Maybe curiosity. Maybe fate. Maybe the whisper of intuition finally screaming loud enough to be heard. I opened it, and read. He's not like Adrian. There's fire in him. Hunger. When he grabs me, I feel needed. No, not needed, possessed. I want that. I crave that. Adrian's hands are gentle. Too gentle. He never tears my clothes. Never bruises me in the right places. I stopped breathing. The words stabbed with grace, surgical in cruelty. Every sentence painted a picture I never imagined. Damon. Even his name tastes dangerous. We meet Tuesdays. Sometimes Thursdays. Always when Adrian's working late or lost in his blueprint. He never notices the difference in my perfume. Never questions why I wear lingerie on a Tuesday. My fingers trembled, but I kept reading. With Damon, I become someone else. He says I was made for him. He calls me his Omega. His submissive. His little fox. Adrian thinks I'm just tired. If only he knew. I slammed the book shut. I wanted to burn it, tear it. But part of me, a colder, sharper part, knew I needed this. Proof. Truth. Even if it gutted me. I sat on the edge of our bed. Our marriage bed. Suddenly it felt foreign. Like a set in a play. Carefully curated, but lifeless. She was out. Again. Dinner with friends, she said. Wine night. Laughter. Innocence. Lies. Her voice message from earlier played in my head on loop. Don't wait up, babe. The girls and I might end up dancing. Dancing, huh? With Damon, maybe? I didn't respond. Instead, I opened our shared photo album on my phone. Pictures of us on our honeymoon. Her in white, laughing, wine glass raised. Me beside her, arm around her waist, completely unaware of the storm she'd become. How long? I couldn't tell. But I could feel it in my bones. It wasn't recent. I needed air. I stepped outside into the slick night. Fog clung to the sidewalk. The city breathed in neon gasps. Restaurants, cars, scattered pedestrians. I walked. Every footstep felt like marching through a battlefield where I hadn't known there was a war. I found myself near Jared's place. My best friend. We'd met in college. He was loud, sarcastic, a bit of a mess, but loyal. I knocked once, twice. He opened the door shirtless, beer in hand. Dude. You look like Death's introvert cousin. I need whiskey. And silence. No such thing as silence with me, man. But come in. I sank into his old leather couch. It groaned under my weight. Jared watched me for a moment. Tell me. So I did. Every detail. Every page. Every shameful confession she'd written about the man she was seeing behind my back. Jared didn't interrupt. Just poured me a double shot and handed it over like a priest giving communion. When I finished, his jaw was tight. What now? I don't know. Bullshit. You always know. Not about this. He leaned forward. You going to confront her? No. Not yet. Why not? Because I want his name first. Jared whistled low. Damn. You're not just mad. You're methodical. I didn't respond. He clinked his glass against mine. Then let's find this asshole. The next few days I played the role. Perfect husband. Mild, reliable. Silent. Callie was radiant, like someone intoxicated by something no one else could see. Her laughter felt false. Her kisses calculated. When I held her at night, she didn't flinch, but she didn't lean in, either. She was already elsewhere. Tuesday came. So did her excuse. Gym class. Hot yoga. I'll be home late. Yoga didn't wear black heels. She left at 6:15. I followed. Heart hammering. Palms sweating. I kept 2 cars behind her. She didn't look back once. Downtown. Side street. Boutique hotel. She parked. Waited. And then, him. He emerged from a black motorcycle. No helmet. Leather jacket. Tattoos peeking out of his sleeves. Confident in a way that made me feel invisible from across the street. They didn't kiss. Didn't touch. They didn't need to. He walked in. She followed. Room 612, according to the concierge I bribed with $100 and fake friendliness. I sat in my car for over an hour. Didn't move. Just stared at that door like I could see through walls. When she finally exited, her hair was tousled. Lips bitten. She was glowing. I wanted to throw up. That night, she returned home to candlelight. I'd cooked. Set the table. Played music she liked. She kissed me softly. What's the occasion? You, I said. Lies wrapped in roses. She didn't deserve the dinner. Or the calm. But I needed her unaware. I needed more. By Thursday I had it. His name. Damon Cross. Ex-military. Private fitness trainer. Owns Iron Temple, a gym that promised strength, grit, and transformation. His clients worshipped him. His female followers adored him. One of them wore my last name. His Instagram was a shrine to testosterone. Callie had liked every post, commented on many. I studied his feed like a hitman studying a target. Then I did something I didn't plan. I visited the gym. I don't know what I expected. A fight? A confession? Closure? Instead, I found him mid-session. Shirt off. Muscles like marble. Women giggling nearby. Men watching enviously. He saw me instantly. Didn't flinch. Didn't even pretend not to know. He walked over. Smiling. Adrian, right? His voice was low. Confident. I am. I figured. He offered a hand. I didn't take it. You're sleeping with my wife, I said flatly. No, he replied. She's sleeping with me. Rage boiled in my chest. I won't sugarcoat this, he said. She came to me. You were asleep. Dead behind the eyes. She wanted more. I gave it. I clenched my fist. She calls me Alpha. I call her mine. We both know where you stand. I should break your jaw. He smirked. Do it. But listen first. I didn't move. You have 2 choices, he said. Walk away. Let her go. Start over. You seem like a guy who could rebuild his life. He leaned closer. Or face me. Completely. Emotionally. Physically. Whatever way you want. I stared at him. Then I smiled. Not the friendly kind. The kind wolves give before they bite. I don't respond, I said. I act. And I turned around. The morning after I met Damon Cross, something inside me had shifted. Something old had died. Maybe it was hope. Maybe it was the naive version of myself that believed love alone kept people faithful. I woke before sunrise. Callie lay beside me, one arm draped across my chest like nothing had happened, like our foundation wasn't cracked and bleeding. I stared at the ceiling. Cold. Quiet. Alive in a different, darker way. I slid out of bed, careful not to wake her. Downstairs, coffee brewed. Bitter, strong. I didn't need caffeine. I needed control. If Damon wanted a war, I'd give him one. But it wouldn't be fists or bravado. I'd dismantle him, methodically, deliberately. Starting with knowledge. His gym, Iron Temple, opened at 6. By 6:15, I stood across the street, inside a rented car with tinted windows. I watched him. Observe. He arrived early, as expected. Unlocked the doors. Greeted 2 clients. played the mentor. He was charming. That type of charm that rotted from the inside. I took notes. He trained women, mostly. Fit, desperate, lonely. His type. Every interaction was touch-heavy. Every correction on form included fingers on hips, hands brushing thighs. I counted at least 3 women who looked at him like he was their salvation. Callie had once looked at me like that. Now she looked past me, eyes glazed. Later that day, I contacted a woman named Elle through an anonymous account. She'd commented on one of Damon's posts 6 weeks ago with something cryptic. "Your poison disguised as protein powder." I messaged her. She responded. "He plays people. Not just wives, clients, even business partners. All charm, no conscience. He ever steal from you? Not money, time, self-worth, pride." She told me her story. How he seduced her, used her, dumped her, then sent a video to her husband. Deliberately, like it was a trophy. I thanked her, promised discretion. That night, I stared at Callie as she slept, wondering when the man she married became invisible to her. Wondering how Damon could strip people bare and still sleep at night. I wasn't planning to ruin his gym. I was planning to ruin him. Step 1: Isolation. I began with whispers. 2 anonymous Yelp reviews. Then 4 comments that hinted at inappropriate touching, emotional manipulation, shady contracts. Then I reached out to a client of his, a man named Victor I'd seen during my surveillance. I met him at a local bar. "Why do you care?" Victor asked. "I care because he's screwing my wife." Victor blinked, then laughed bitterly. "Mine too," he said. We drank until midnight. Bonded over betrayal. Over Damon's script. How he hunted. How he knew exactly what words to say. I shared screenshots. So did he. By the end of the week, we had names. 7 clients. 4 married. 3 engaged. The web widened. But I didn't tell Callie. Not yet. Step 2: Temptation. I hired a friend from college. Lila. She was beautiful, clever, and had no moral qualms about baiting a predator. She signed up at Iron Temple under a fake name. Claimed she was struggling with self-confidence and had been cheated on. Classic bait. Damon bit immediately. She wore a wire. Our goal wasn't legality, it was humiliation. 3 sessions in, he offered private after-hours training. One-on-one. Promised transformation. Whispered innuendos. Touched her waist. Called her his kind of broken. We recorded everything. Meanwhile, at home, Callie was growing suspicious. "You've been distant," she said one night over dinner. I shrugged. "Busy." "With what?" "Work." "You hate your job lately." "People change." She looked at me then, not like a wife, but like a stranger unsure if she should ask what she really wanted to. I beat her to it. "You seeing anyone?" I asked casually, sipping wine. Her fork paused. Just for a second. "No." "Why would you ask that?" I smiled. "Just curious." She didn't sleep well that night. Neither did I. Step 3: Exposure. Victor and I compiled a dossier. Photos, screenshot, testimonials, voice recordings. We made a website. Private. Encrypted. Sent the link to every one of Damon's clients via burner account. Then we waited. Within hours, it exploded. By sunset, he'd lost 6 major clients. 3 women called the police. 2 filed civil claims. The gym's reputation disintegrated in real time. I watched from my laptop while Callie showered upstairs, humming a tune she used to hum before date nights. Her phone buzzed. Again. Damon was calling. She didn't answer. That night, she sat beside me, silent. Finally, she spoke. "He said someone's targeting him." "Oh." "Says it's a smear campaign. Claims it's exes and crazy jealous people." I nodded. "Sounds serious." She looked at me, eyes searching. Then she said it. "You knew, didn't you?" I didn't answer. Her hand covered her mouth. "How long?" "Long enough." Her voice broke. "Why didn't you say anything?" I wanted to see who you really were. She flinched like I'd slapped her. I stood up, poured myself another drink. You're not stupid, Callie. You knew you were risking everything. For what? A tattooed caveman who calls you Omega? Tears formed. She didn't cry. He made me feel wanted. And I made you feel safe. Boring. Predictable. I didn't mean. You didn't not mean it. Silence stretched. I placed the glass down and turned to her. He gave me two choices. Walk away. Or face him. I leaned closer. I didn't just respond. I acted. Her lip trembled. What did you do? I showed him what real power looks like. She exhaled like her soul deflated. You ruined him. No. He ruined himself. I just turned on the light. She didn't sleep in our bed that night. She sat on the balcony instead, knees to her chest, watching the city blink like it was pretending to care. The next morning, I received a message from Damon. No threats, no boasts, just one line. Let's talk. I ignored it. Then another. You win. But I have something you should see. I paused. My curiosity, damn it, never learned. He sent a video. Callie. In his apartment. Crying. I can't keep doing this, she said. You're mine, he said. No, she whispered. I love my husband. You don't love him the way you love this. She shook her head. I'm leaving. I'm ending it. Tonight. The video ended there. I stared at the screen. It was dated 2 days before I found the journal. My chest twisted. She had tried. Maybe. But not before she broke everything. Later that evening, she approached me slowly. Like I was a wild animal she wasn't sure would attack or collapse. I ended it before you knew, she said. I swear. I saw the video. She nodded. I wanted to tell you. But I didn't want to lose you. You lost me the day you chose him. Tears finally came. Not loud. Just steady. I'm sorry. I believe you. Her eyes lifted in surprise. But that doesn't fix it. She nodded. What now? I don't know. It wasn't a lie. I didn't know. But I wasn't done yet. Not with Damon. He gave me 2 choices. I chose a third. I became the storm. Sleep left me weeks ago. My bed, our bed, became a museum of ghosts. Of whispered I love yous and breathless betrayals. Of skin on sheets still echoing her lies. I took to the couch. Not out of punishment, but distance. My body still belonged to me. My sanity barely. My heart? Lost somewhere between her perfume and his smirk. Callie tried. She cooked. Cried. Wrote me long letters folded inside my laptop bag, full of guilt and nostalgia. She offered transparency, passwords, phone, location. Everything. But some wounds don't need proof anymore. They just need closure. And I hadn't finished writing mine. Damon had vanished. Iron Temple shut down. His name, once whispered like legend among his loyal followers, now dragged through dirt in fitness forums and local Facebook group. But somehow, I wasn't satisfied. Justice wasn't enough. He wasn't done. And neither was I. A week later, I got the call. Victor again. You're gonna want to see this, he said. Where? Old Marina. Warehouse 12. Midnight. No other details. My curiosity, again, betrayed me. The marina smelled of salt, oil, and forgotten time. Boats creaked in the dark, ropes swaying like hanged regrets. Warehouse 12 stood alone, rusted metal groaning in the wind. Inside, dim floodlights flickered. Damon sat at the center of the room. Alone. Cigarette burning. Bottle beside him. He didn't stand. Just looked up at me with something between respect and exhaustion. I figured you'd come. Figured correctly. He smirked. No theatrics tonight. No threats. Just truth. I folded my arms. I'm listening. He took a swig. I've had a lot of time to think. Thanks to you. My gym's dead. My name's radioactive. My bank's locked half my asset. Clients want blood. I lost everything. Good. You think you're the first husband who tried to hurt me? No, I replied. But I'm the one who finished the job. He laughed, empty, bitter. You really loved her? I didn't answer. She came to me broken. You don't want to believe that, but she did. You gave her comfort, not fire. She wanted more. She wanted to feel something. And I made her feel alive. I stepped closer. Is that how you justify ruining people? Giving them what they're missing? He didn't respond. I leaned in. Or are you just a parasite who feeds off loneliness? He looked up, eyes glassy. I didn't lie to her. You did. What? You lied by pretending things were perfect. You think love is enough, but it's not. She needed domination, not devotion. She needed to be hunted, not held. I clenched my fist. Still trying to be the alpha? No, he whispered. Just a man who burned every bridge and found himself at the edge. A pause. Why'd you come, Adrian? To see what failure looks like. He nodded. And now that you've seen it? I hesitated. He took another drag. Here's the twist. I didn't call you to fight. I called you to understand something. What? He stood, slowly. Like gravity fought him harder these days. She loved you. Even while she was with me. That's the part that'll haunt you. You didn't lose her completely. She just lost herself for a while. I stared at him. No more games. He shook his head. You won. I know. Then walk away. I already did, I said, turning. But just before I stepped out, he added. You think ending me brings her back? It doesn't. You'll never look at her the same. She'll always be half Callie to you now. A version you buried, but can't forget. I didn't respond. Because he was right. Back home, Callie sat at the kitchen table, staring at her hands like they held answers. She looked up. Well, I saw him. And he's finished. She swallowed. Do you feel better? No. Her voice cracked. Then what do we do now? I leaned against the wall. I don't know. She stood, walked toward me slowly. Carefully. Her hands trembled. I miss you, she whispered. I don't know who I am anymore. You're mine. No, I said gently. I was yours. You gave me away. Tears slid down her cheeks. I want to fix this. There's no fixing, I said. Only rebuilding. And I don't know if I have the blueprint anymore. I'll wait. Don't, I said. Waiting makes people stupid. She sat back down, defeated. And for once, I didn't reach for her. Days passed. She tried. Therapy. Dinner. Notes tucked into pockets. Kisses that lingered too long. But it all felt like touching an old song, one you used to love, but now just reminds you of who you were. I started running again, miles before sunrise, breathing alone, thinking too much. Then, one morning, I opened her journal again. Page after page of inked confessions. But near the back, something new. Written after everything broke. He's not the man I cheated on. He's the man I lost. I don't know how to become worthy of his eyes again. But I'll die trying. Something cracked inside me. I folded the page. Put it back. But still, I didn't forgive her. Forgiveness isn't a door you walk through. It's a staircase, one step at a time. And I was still at the bottom. Then the unexpected happened. I got a message. From an account with no name. We should talk. Damon was just the beginning. You've stirred something. And now you need to know the whole picture. I ignored it. Then it sent again. He wasn't working alone. And Callie wasn't his only target. He's part of something bigger. Attached, a photo. Damon. Another man. Arms around 3 women. One of them, my wife. The date stamp? A week before she claimed she ended it. My pulse went cold. Had she lied again? Or was there more I never asked? I stared at the screen for minutes, hours, years. And I realized something terrible. This wasn't over. Not even close. The photo sat on my screen like a landmine with a glowing timer. Damon. Some stranger. Callie. Another woman I didn't recognize. All laughing. Clothes. Hands not just familiar, possessive. The timestamp burned behind my eyes. She'd told me it ended before I found her journal. But this? This was a week after her supposed goodbye. I didn't sleep that night. Didn't move. Just stared. Morning brought sunlight and silence. Callie moved through the kitchen like it was still ours. Coffee brewed. Music played low. She hummed some sad tune I didn't recognize, her eyes red from crying herself to sleep. I walked in with my phone in hand. I need the truth. She froze. What? I showed her the photo. Color drained from her face. She backed up, slowly, like the guilt physically pushed her. Where did you get that? Answer me. Her voice cracked. I didn't know about the picture. That night wasn't what you think. Then tell me what it was. She slumped against the counter. That was the last night I ever saw him. Ever. Yes. My jaw clenched. And the other man? She hesitated. He's someone Damon answered to. A silent partner. Owned part of the gym. Supplied, she stopped herself. Supplied what? She looked away. Callie. He trafficked women. Clients. Girls who trusted Damon. He'd record them. Sell videos. Sometimes more. I blinked. You were there. I didn't know. Damon invited me to a party. Said it was business. I didn't realize until it was too late. Too late for what? I left, she said, voice trembling. I ran. And I never went back. I searched her face for lies. For cracks. Why didn't you tell me? Because I thought you'd think I was part of it. And now I do. She sobbed. I was stupid. But I never chose that world. I just didn't see the edges until I was deep inside it. The silence between us grew fangs. Then I said what I'd been afraid to say for weeks. I don't know if I can love you anymore. She folded. Collapsed to the floor. And I didn't move. Later that day, I responded to the message. I want names. A minute passed. Then more photos arrived. The man beside Damon? Lucas Vance. Ex-cop. Connected. Ran escort rings camouflaged as high-end coaching programs for women. Clean on paper. Rotten underneath. One of the women in the photo? Missing. Last seen 3 months ago. A client from Iron Temple. I called Victor. He met me at a bar. We sat in the corner, drink untouched. I slid the phone across the table. He stared. I knew Damon was trash, Victor said. But this? Jesus. I think we only saw the front man. So what do you want to do? What we started, I said. Finish the rest. Victor nodded. We'll need help. No, I said. We need evidence. And leverage. Step 1, infiltration. Victor reached out to an old contact, Monica, a woman who'd once worked under Lucas before escaping. She agreed to meet in secret. She didn't want revenge. She wanted safety. But she gave us a name. A second gym. Hidden in plain sight. A front. Inside, recording equipment. Drug storage. Contracts forged to look like consent. We scoped it out. Watched women go in, some barely legal. Most never came back. I felt sick. I remembered Callie saying Damon made her feel alive. But maybe it wasn't life she found. Maybe it was chaos disguised as love. Step 2, leverage. We bugged the gym's garbage. Pulled receipts, shredded invoices, one photo of Lucas with a judge at a gala. We followed the paper trail. Found a warehouse. Inside, computers. Hard drives. Hidden rooms. One with soundproof padding and a chair bolted to the ground. I nearly vomited. We took what we could. Left silent. The next day, the website I made for Damon's downfall got a new hidden page. Evidence. Unedited. Undeniable. We sent it to every local paper, police division, senator. Then we waited. 3 days later, the storm arrived. Police raided the facility. Lucas vanished. Damon? Arrested. This time, for real crimes. No way out. A week passed. Callie barely left the house. She stopped trying to reach me. She knew. I was gone already. Then came the knock. 2:14 a.m. I grabbed the bat by the door. Opened it slow. No one. Just an envelope. Inside, one photo. Me. Leaving the warehouse. A sticky note. You should have walked away. Now you're in it. My hands shook. Someone had followed me. I called Victor. No answer. I called Monica. Disconnected. The message was clear. Lucas knew. And I was now a piece on his board. I vanished. Left town with a burner phone and a backpack. Callie called once. I let it ring. Twice. Voicemail. Then she stopped. I didn't blame her. I'd become something she couldn't recognize. A man without a center. Only direction. Weeks passed. I tracked Lucas. Followed whispers. Each breadcrumb more dangerous than the last. Until finally I found him. Private club. High walls. Guards in suits. I posed as security. Snuck in. Saw him laughing. Drinking. Like nothing had ever happened. Like no women had cried in his dungeons. Like no husband had burned everything to find him. I waited until he went to the bathroom. Cornered him there. Face to face. He didn't flinch. You've been busy, he said, adjusting his cufflinks. You destroyed lives. I sold illusions. You ruined mine. No, he said. She did. I punched him. Once. Twice. He didn't fight back. Just smiled. You'll never be clean again, he whispered. You think you're the hero? You're already in the mud. He was right. But I didn't care. I left him bleeding. Didn't kill him. That would have been too easy. Now? I live off-grid. Name changed. Hair grown. Face scarred, emotionally, physically. Callie writes me letters. I never open them. She's trying. Phil. But the version of me that loved her? He died the night I realized some people aren't stolen from you. They're given away. I don't believe in redemption. Not for Damon. Not for Lucas. Not even for me. But I believe in justice. Even if it's ugly. Even if it costs everything. Damon gave me two choices. Walk away. Or face him. I didn't just respond. I acted. And I kept acting, until there was no more mask, no more marriage, no more innocence. Only fire. And I chose to burn everything. Even myself.